If you've been following this channel for a while, you may remember that back in 2020, I reviewed the Intuition V2 liner. I've been skating these for just under 2.5 years. So I thought it'd be interesting to just take a look at the condition they're in now, see how they've held up, and yeah, just make a comparison. If you remember, I was positioned in front of a piano with some sexy mood lighting. In case you were wondering, yes, I'm sitting in front of a piano because I'm fancy as fuck. I've got no idea what I was thinking then. These liners have lasted me a lot of skates. I've tried quite a few models throughout the years. I've had, in the past couple of years alone, I've skated several models of the 908. I had the Sean Darst and the U1. I've skated several of the 909s. I've had the black, I've had the grey, I've had the black again. I've skated a pair of Mesmers, a pair of Rollerblade PR80s, briefly a pair of blanks. I absolutely hated those. And most recently, I've been using these between the Them 909 and a wizard skating setup on the CJ Wellsmore carbon model. Now, they may look a little bit beaten up. They're a little bit, battle worn. They've got cosmetic damage, at the back, at the side. The material started to come off a little bit. And if you look at the eyelet there, there's a little bit of damage. But overall, these are in really good condition. Actually, forgot about another bit. I stupidly ripped off the carry tab at the back because I forgot the golden rule that you never pull your skate on with a carry tab. I repeat, you never put your skate on with a carry tab. But that was more my fault than the blame of the liner. And if you look at the other liner, it's pretty much the same story. Still got the carry tab because I wasn't an idiot with that one. But yeah, apart from a little bit of wear, just on the outside, they are in incredibly good condition. And that's mainly been from the bolts of the skates just rubbing against them a little bit. Now, I was very apprehensive about getting these. They're £170. You can buy a decent setup, a decent skate setup for like 200. You can get a Razor's Cult or a Majestic, or, if you go on secondhand blade trade and things like that, you can get an even better setup. But weirdly, I actually got a pair of these. This pair that I'm holding right now were secondhand. Someone sold them to me. They'd only used them a few times and they just didn't get on with them. So I didn't actually make the £170 investment. But I am very glad I got these because I have a flat, wide foot, and this has allowed me to downsize in so many skates. The medium Them shell, I could not fit into it without pain using the stock liners. They're far too thick. Could get into it with these. Could get into the Mesmer John Bellino. Could downsize in the Rossi's Fifth Element. Could fit into a size 9 Rollerblade RB80. They do take some getting used to because they're unlike any other liner out there. They are incredibly thin. The foam is nice and hard. It kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you remember, the Trust Special Ops liner. They were really, really thin and they had some great design features. Like they had rubber on the bottom to stop the skate, to stop the liner moving about in the skate. The only thing I didn't like about the Special Ops liner is it had a fold over tongue that wrapped around each other and it would always move about in the shell, and I just hated the way it felt and I couldn't skate them for that long. But I loved the fact that you could downsize. With these, you can downsize in it. Because this has got the lacing system, it just wraps around your foot, stays in position, nothing moves about. And once you put that in the skate, I use them with them 909, it feels absolutely amazing. With things like skateboards and BMXs and scooters, they're separate to your body. You're manipulating a foreign object that you're holding or you're sitting on. With a skate, it's the most personal experience you could possibly have because it's wrapped around your foot and the skates are an extension of your body. The way your foot moves, the skate moves. So it's important that, it's comfortable, it's responsive, it does what you want it to do. And these, in my opinion, are my favorite ever liner. You've got different versions of them. You've got the Them version, which is a little bit thicker. You've got the premium version, which is a little bit thicker as well. It's filled out at the toe box just so it fits in, certain types of skates. Or you've got the Wizard version, which is even thinner than the V2, but you can only get it with the Wizard skate Or if you're really, really lucky, once in a while, people are selling them secondhand on, Facebook groups, but they tend to be selling them for quite a lot of money. This liner, I cannot say enough good things about it. I kind of think of it as like, a weather torn boxer. It's got like, it's not as pretty as it once was. It's not as pristine, but like a boxer that's got, I don't know, the broken nose and like the cauliflower ears and is just looking a bit messy, but they've still got a lot of fight left in them. That's how I think of this liner. And I've converted so many people to this. Loads of my friends that would never dare think of spending £170 on a liner now wear these. They swear by them and they put them in every setup. I'm currently using this liner between two. I'm using it between the CJ Wellsmore and the Them 909, and I just absolutely love it. I've got the size large because I'm a size 10 UK foot, but I definitely fit into a medium, and I'm going to buy a second set. I'm going to get a set of medium if they ever become available again, because skate shops don't seem to have these in that many sizes at the moment. But I'm going to get a size medium. I'm going to put those in the CJ Carbons just to free up a little bit of space because it's quite a tight shell. But yeah, if you haven't tried these yet, I thoroughly recommend it. I cannot believe how well they've held up after 2 years. Well, 2.5 years, sorry. I easily see these lasting for at least another year, and I've been punishing these, Even though I'm 38 years old, I still skate at least once a week. In fact, most weeks I skate twice a week. The only other thing I would say about them is I did have an issue with the smell. They did get a bit pongy. And according to the Intuition website, when I contacted them, they said only wash them in cold water and hand wash them. I did that a couple of times and it was quite effective. But Austin Paz, shout out Jumpstreet Podcast, he said that he put these in the washing machine on a cold wash. So I very reluctantly tried it and they came out smelling amazing and there was no damage to the liner. I did that, I did it this year, but I did it several months ago and they still smell like soap. They still smell like they've come out the wash. They are not in bad condition at all. So if you're thinking about washing these, but you're a bit scared, put them in the washing machine, put them at a low temp, cold, basically under 30 degrees, and you should be okay. If you want to give them extra protection, either put them, inside a t-shirt or inside a hoodie, just so they're not getting bashed around as much. But yeah, if you haven't tried Intuition liners, I would thoroughly recommend these. If you get a wide flat foot like me, you want to try the V2 or you want to try the Wizard liner. If you've got a narrow foot, I would recommend going with a thicker one, like the Premium or the Them. So yeah, like I said, liners are really important. You want to protect your feet as much as possible. These do that and they allow you to downsize. So yeah, one thing you learn as you've been skating as long as I have, over 25 years, it's important that you have products that you trust and products that last, because you don't want to be breaking in a new product, every time you go skating or every month or whatever. You want something that's going to stand the test of time. And these liners definitely do that. Thank you to our Patreon supporters. You are absolutely incredible and truly appreciated. If you want to support me on Patreon, you can do so for as little as £3. Check out the link below.